Welcome to Vice Grip Garage. I'm your unreliable host, Derek.
The old finger remover 4000. Extra CFMs. No, they actually approved.
What if I told you that the man who built Vice Grip Garage with nothing but a camera, a gravel driveway, and pure heart is now sitting behind bars for the rest of his life? How does Derek Bieri, the internet's most trusted car rescuing hero, go from saving forgotten machines to fighting for his own freedom? This isn't a rumor. This isn't clickbait. This is the shocking downfall nobody saw coming. One signature, one deal, and one devastating twist that destroyed everything. Stay with me, because what happened next will shake the entire automotive world. Long before fame ever found him, Derek was a small-town auto technician in Minnesota, grinding through long days under fluorescent lights. Corporate rules suffocated him. Paperwork strangled his creativity. Customers wanted the cheapest fix, not the right one. And every day, Derek felt himself drifting further from the engines that once made him feel alive. He tried climbing into management, believing a desk might offer peace. Instead, it offered a cage one without grease, without tools, without joy. And then, in 2018, he snapped. He walked away. No shop, no sponsors. Just a dream. He filmed his very first rescue in a shaky handheld shot. No script, no glossy filters. Just a man trying to revive a dead car left to rot in a field. The idea was simple. Find abandoned vehicles, figure out what killed them, fix them on the spot, and drive them home. Viewers didn't just watch, they felt like they were in the driveway with him. He laughed at failures, celebrated small victories, and taught complex repairs in a way anyone could understand. Vice Grip Garage exploded. By 2020, he passed 1 million subscribers. By 2024, he shot past 2 million and secured a partnership with Motor Trend, making him one of the most influential voices in the DIY automotive world. It was a fairy tale rise. But fairy tales forget one truth: when you climb high enough, every mistake becomes a headline. Every friend becomes a potential threat. And every opportunity can become a trap. That trap arrived in the form of a once-in-a-lifetime deal. Derek and his close friends wanted to expand Vice Grip Garage into a full television restoration series saving classic. American cars with real history and real heart. They needed dozens of project vehicles. Then word spread of a collector selling an enormous lot of vintage cars: Chevrolets, Fords, Chrysler, spanning decades of automotive culture. Some were gems. Some were disasters. All were perfect for TV. Derek and his partners pooled their money. But someone needed to be the primary name on the paperwork, the face of the brand, the trusted voice. So Derek Bieri signed everything: purchase agreements, title transfers, insurance forms. His name became the official owner of every vehicle. The deliveries began. Car after car rolled in, some with engines that might actually run, others with frames eaten away by rust and decades of neglect. But that was Derek's specialty. This was the dream. Until the phone rang. A routine VIN check flagged one of the cars as stolen. Investigators checked deeper. They found forged titles, expertly crafted, years old, passed through multiple hands until the paper trail looked clean. Those forgeries weren't made for Derek. They were made long before he stepped into the picture. But his signature was now the one sitting on top of the pile. Suddenly, federal agents were on Derek's property with warrants. Computers, documents, business files seized. Years of videos and photographs became evidence. Every car he restored, every deal he made, every step he took scrutinized under a federal microscope. Forums exploded with theories. Headlines painted Derek Bieri as a YouTube criminal mastermind. Videos twisted innocent moments into signs of guilt. Former fans turned into critics overnight. Brands fled. Motor Trend paused their deal. Friends withdrew. Strangers doxed his address, sending threats that forced Derek to move his family into hiding. His wife disappeared from social media. His children switched schools. A family once embraced by millions became hunted ghosts. And then came the trial. 18 months later, Derek entered a courtroom full of cameras and strangers waiting to watch a man fall. Prosecutors presented a mountain of documents, everyone with his name. They claimed Vice Grip Garage wasn't a restoration channel at all, but a clever front to move stolen cars across state lines undetected. Clips of Derek negotiating prices or laughing during rescues were twisted into proof of criminal intent. The missing partner, now mysteriously returned, testified against him after cutting a deal for leniency. The defense fought hard with the truth on their side. Derek Bieri wasn't a mastermind, he was a victim. A man caught in a web of deception woven long before he ever stepped foot near those cars. The forged titles, the fake seals, the doctored histories. All of it existed years before Vice Grip Garage was even born. But in a courtroom fueled by suspicion, outrage, and a mountain of documents bearing Derek's name, the truth didn't matter. When the prosecution paints you as a villain and the world already agrees, innocence becomes a whisper drowned out by a roaring crowd. The verdict came down like a guillotine, guilty on all counts. Life imprisonment. The same hands that resurrected forgotten machines were now cuffed behind his back. The same man who inspired millions was led away like a criminal. And the world moved on, satisfied, certain, convinced it had watched justice unfold. But the story was far from over. 3 months after Derek was locked away, Robert Callahan, a classic car enthusiast from Ohio with no connection to Derek whatsoever, watched a news segment replaying the trial. Something about the paperwork shown on screen twisted his stomach. The fonts, the seals, the layout. He had seen these exact forgeries before in 2015. Callahan merely purchased a vintage Chevrolet, carrying the same forged signs later found in Derek Bieri's case. The suspicious notary stamp, mismatched registration, and impossible vehicle history. He filed a police report, but nothing happened. No investigation, no arrests. The forgery ring continued operating for 7 more years until its documents landed in Derek Bieri's hands. When Callahan contacted Derek's legal team, his forgotten report revealed the fraud network existed long before Derek was involved. As journalists dug deeper, more victims surfaced, each ignored by authorities. Suddenly, the world began asking, was Derek Bieri ever a criminal or simply the easiest target? Online communities reconsidered. Experts demanded answers. And outrage shifted toward the failures that destroyed his life. In this fictional account, Derek Bieri's downfall shatters far more than his own life. His wife changes her name, his children disappear behind new identities, and friends lose everything as partnerships and careers collapse. One investigation ripples through an entire community, leaving devastation no one could reverse. And in his cell, Derek Bieri waits silent, powerless, watching strangers argue over truths he can no longer reach. His story isn't about crime or cars, but about trust. He trusted the paperwork, the system, and the belief that transparency could protect him. Instead, visibility became danger, with real criminals still free and warnings still ignored. The tale of Derek Bieri remains unfinished, an urgent warning about how quickly judgment can destroy. If you found this story gripping, make sure to subscribe and don't miss the next video on your screen. Thanks for watching.